I thought we picked it up with a splash.
Call it the man overboard. If you knew his name, you could call it that. Fred Overboard.
We'll have to think of a name.
So the roles were just like, that was amazing, Sam. You did what, you're like 33? That was awesome.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah, that's great.
that was nat 20 on a very skilled person. Yeah.
Yep.
Like you said, basically otherwise impossible.
Honestly, some people were watching, but the explosion was.
Knock that right out of their head as well as everything else that was ever in their head.
Anyone close enough to see was close enough to become toast.
Most likely. Like,
I forgot to tell you guys about a major part in this. The coyote cult, he claims it's Bob. These people claim it's Bob. They call him Coyote Bob. I know Bob can't be a leader of a cult, but
Yeah.
I do believe these people are after Bob.
Wait, they think we're a cult?
no, we're not a cult.
Man, these people
We're
are
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something with coyotes.
Has there been any coyote imagery ever associated with us?
In Bob's office on the desk is what you always thought was strangely a dog skull. And it was perfectly cleaned, and it was almost like an art piece. It was in such perfect condition and perfectly clean and polished. And, yeah, that is the only thing.
I know last time we were in his office, I cast Detect Magic. Was the skull magical?
Nope.
It's just the decoration on his desk.
I mean, so much stuff was, but not the skull. The skull didn't stand out to you.
But we now know what theme of gifts to get him for his birthday next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
See, that's why he doesn't tell anybody. So he doesn't have a shelf full of ceramic coyotes and kids, right?
I do have this coin, and do I still have it?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I showed them the coin, and it's got a coyote on it.
There's a wooden coin about the size of a platinum, which is a sort of silver dollar size. And on one side is sort of almost like an burned etching into it is a symbol of a coyote in the same style as the rabbit on the floor. And on the other side is the rabbit symbol from the floor.
Oh, okay.
So there's a coyote rabbit connection.
He would be
Pedo
a
can
mortal
speak.
enemy.
Oh. Well, these guys have been after Bob a lot, so maybe they made up that he's in a cult.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
That does make a lot of sense. We could call her about the not a cult. Not a cult?
Would you spell N-A-U-T?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good name.
Yep.
If we got a rowboat, we could have called it the Orphan, spelled O-A-R.
That can be our emergency boat.
That'll be the dinghy.
But that means we have to pick up every dinghy we see.
So on your boat, as you sort of get used to it, you find, first of all, like a small one-person sort of escape craft, for emergencies. You find a bladder, a large bladder that must be like from a fish or something, and you realize that it's full of air that you could actually use it to float. It's just sort of stored under one of the boxes on the deck, and when you look down below, you find two living quarters, one very smelly, and one really nice and richly appointed, where you could definitely fit at least 3 people.
Dids.
Yeah, and it's really like it's just like nice, like regular silk sheets, nothing like not royalty or anything like that.
Were there any supplies or anything on the boat?
Absolutely, there is food for like 10 days journey. There is you find like some knives and like a couple of fighting knives, stuff like that in there. You find a jeweled knife that looks really valuable as a Drew in the quarters of the rich person. In the poor guy, there's a pretty standard short sword in his quarters, and you find some papers, some written notes in the rich guy's cabin on his desk. It's pretty small still. It's a small boat, so it's like you can sort of like two people couldn't spread their arms across it quite, but there's still how boats like that are. There's still a decent bed that almost two people can fit in, and it's probably about 20 feet almost across in one way, but about 12 or 10 on the other way across the bottom of the boat. And
You've gotten a little quieter.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's probably about 20 feet by 12, that room, across the bottom of the boat. And there's like a little mini writing desk there, that's just big enough to write on, and some papers.
This is a big boat.
Yeah, it is. So this cabin takes up half the underside of it, so.
Do the papers seem to indicate any sort of name of previous owner or a boat ownership paper?
So who can read Elvin?
I can.
I know.
Okay.
So, what you find is that the papers are communications regarding trading goods that have this name, a specialized good, and it's like often like 2 to 3 units or 4 units, and is different places, names of places all over the world. So, yeah. So, anyways, and so there's references to different places this boat has been and traded something called Ghana.
Ghana? Could I make a history check to see if I know what that is?
Well, no, Pedo can, you can't.
Yeah.
I probably read it out, but yeah.
Oh, and I meant because it's an Alvin word, I'd give it to Pedo. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair
But you
enough.
can make a history check as well. Yeah, you can. You just see if you've heard of it. But I mean, you won't though. You won't have heard of it. So I just want to know if the word means anything to Pedo. That's all. You won't have heard of it. Yeah. All right. So
It
the
gives a
word
little higher than an 8 anyway.
the word has something to do with ground or earth to you. That's all. You know, Pedo.
Okay.
All right. So
Any altars to bunnies on the on our ship?
you can find no reference to bunnies and no bunny symbols.
Okay.
Oh, good.
To be clear, in small magic, there also were none that were not on the person's person, right? So, on
Yeah.
his person. So it's not common for them to be surrounded by symbols so far in your observation.
Sure, but we've got like people's clothes and stuff because we just stole the boat. So.
Yeah. We've got several outfits of good traveler's clothes. There's some for a taller man. There's a all-weather cloak for standing on the deck during the storm and stuff. There's 2 of them. One of them's really kind of ugly and dirty and tattered, but one of them's really nice. And there's a full set of clothing for any occasion, parties, dates. So yeah,
Awesome.
you guys are heading south, are you?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Along the coast, because we're terrible sailors.
Yeah, of course.
Should we?
We're not too close to the coast.
We should.
What's that, Sam? Or who's ever asked the question?
We should hire a sailor.
That would be great.
Finn, you here?
Yep.
Okay.
Come on, we're gonna be amazing sailors after this.
Yeah, after this.
That's
Let's try not to crash this into the shore and repaint the outside with the new name of our boat.
Okay. So, who's in charge of deciding how far, how the boat goes each day? How well it goes?
Let's just take turns. What's the worst that could happen?
Sounds
Well,
good to me.
and as long as Frankfurt and I are like on either side of the boat, like or at least like up top, in case anything goes wrong, we can always just jump in and kind of like push the boat. Like, you know, in terms of like in
This is
case,
more about the decision in general than the
Ah.
physical handling.
than the management of it. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we also don't have to go too far, do we? Like,
It's about 400 miles.
oh, where are we going?
You would be going from here if you went all the way to the closest place.
Is
you'd
it
be
this
going
one here we're going to?
from- You'd be going to Thornhold.
Okay.
We were gonna hire someone in Port Last first to be a sailor.
Absolutely.
Can we do that?
Uh-huh. In fact, your only concern about that is it's only about 20 miles, so you just have to outpace the news.
But we still have one more seat of seeming normal, don't we? Or do we not have any of those left?
No, you have a day's worth for 5
Yeah, we do
people
have one,
per
but we
boat.
also have a boat that's probably been seen around here before.
Yeah.
No,
So
you're...
that's
So, sorry, who's rolling the intelligence roll for the boat?
Go for it, Kel.
All right.
I would think so, but I've let you guys decide still, so...
All right. So intelligence. So I told you I'm not the smartest fellow, though.
Yeah.
But I
They are
guess
the bluest.
when on the am I?
The weather's...
Oh yeah.
You're also blue. But okay. So 10 minus 2 is 8.
Okay, roll it again for the advantage for your knowledge of the water. And in good weather, you have advantage. In good weather, you have advantage.
That's better.
There you
17
go.
minus 2, which is 15.
So you guys head south for the day without any trouble. Port Last.
Do we
is-
heal at all? Like, should we,
That's up to you guys.
like,
Well, so it was already dusk.
Yeah,
when-
so it's heading. You've got an overnight. You can get a long rest. So just go for it.
wait, that was overnight.
Well, you know you're. Just let me check the distance. You're going 50 miles south at about 5 miles an hour. So it was dusk. So it is nighttime.
Okay. Awesome. So we take a long rest.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Although realistically, maybe we should each have to roll the knowledge on the boat because we would have to rotate through who's sleeping.
It's more about the decision about how it's going to be handled.
Okay.
I'm not going to bother with. I'm not going to bog you down with the physical handling of it unless there's a storm. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's like made of water. It's okay.
Yeah. It's just more like, so.
Really good boat. Yeah, so we're gonna make it a town, hire someone as fast as we can who seems legitimate, and then keep heading south.
At Port Last. Okay.
Yeah. that's what-
Okay. You'll be there early in the morning, and you. Do you paint a different name on the boat before bed, or?
Yeah, we're repainting the boat.
Well, you find some supplies, some whitewash that you can do that with, so
Okay,
you can whitewash the situation. So.
who's artistic?
I could take a shot at it.
What's that? Oh, you can do it. It's not an issue. You're just gonna paint unless you want that to be like a shipyard did it.
I assume that Spence can stick to walls as a lizard, so I'm imagining him kind of like stuck to the side of the boat with like a few limbs and then kind of painting on the other one as we go.
Yeah. Well, I can't stick to it, but I can like wrap my tail around the
Yeah.
around the handle and just hang.
Sorry, that must have been very racist of me saying that.
It's okay. You're not a reptile. You know,
I'd like to hire a non-elf, non-human
Alright.
sailor,
Alright.
just to make sure they're not associated with the rabbit cult, because they seem pretty racist.
Ooh.
That's Drew's level of thinking. I think.
As a non-human, non-elf, I'm into that.
No room on the boat. You want to hire a halfling?
I mean, it would save on like room.
I wouldn't say like food though.
Yeah. So we look for someone.
Okay, Port Last is a town of about 700 people. It's early morning. I'm looking for it here. Port Last is here somewhere. Just in case.
Anyone at the docks who seems vaguely competent.
Yeah, I was just curious as to whether it was here where it should be. Oh, there's a search tool for the map. That's good. That's new too.
1-0 Oilers.
Huh?
1-0 Oilers.
Yep.
What'd you say?
1-0 Oilers.
Oh, I see. Aren't they just made up of like people from other countries anyways?
Well, still most of Canada. I mean,
Yeah, I think
More
like,
Canadians are in Florida right now.
Anyways, just a
well, I
question.
think like 18 people are on their team are Canadian.
Oh, really?
yeah, like kind of, despite the fact that teams that are based out of Canada don't.
You guys, arrive at Port Last. It's like a small place. It's actually known for its stone cutters. You guys sort of walked by last time. So yeah, and it's about like 700,000 people. It's on a rocky spit and an excellent harbor. Very well sheltered. So yeah. I can't find my map of it, so anyways. Yeah, so you guys are able to land there, and you're looking for a halfling.
I would like to use my thieves' cant that I never use for anything to see if there are signs of somebody who could do a boat and won't ask a whole lot of questions about the provenance of the boat. If such a person exists here, maybe.
Any non-elf, non-human.
Yeah.
When you invoke the power of the thieves' cant on this docks, you definitely see the general signs that suggest that you know, the little symbols that suggest that a town has no external security but is very reactive. So it's basically like a caution sign, and you know, and there's another one that says select, you know, essentially selectively ripe for the picking. So
Okay.
yeah.
So we search for someone. Me and Bumbleberry, I guess.
Okay, there's a number of boats docked up here, fishing boats, so on like that. There's a combination of like grizzled sailors, young boys around, but it's early mornings. There's just a few around. The fishing guys are definitely specifically on their way out right now. Some just look like boats that people use for transportation. Yeah.
Does anyone look particularly bored or underpaid?
Everybody's pretty busy. It's early morning. You can definitely
Isn't
suggest.
people just kind of like guarding boats?
No, there's the fishing boats are getting ready themselves. So you don't, the boats that are empty, you don't see anybody on top. But the fishing boats are getting ready to go, and one of the traveling boats is getting ready to go. I mean, you see a young boy that seems to be, like you would say if you saw him, that he had his sea legs, and he's like preparing the rigging and stuff on a private boat that looks like it's for transport. And the person who he was serving, or he's clearly working for, you know how many people are on that boat, but the one that you saw has gone under he's on the deck, just getting everything ready, it seems like.
I walk up to him when his boss doesn't seem to be there, and I say, "Have you like command of your own little boat?"
Holy cow. What are the rest of you doing? Sorry.
I'm on the boat,
Yeah,
protecting it.
and I'm staying on the boat as well.
Okay. He's like, holy cow, really? I don't know how to command. I know how to sail.
I'll take care of the commanding, you take care of the sailing. The end?
He's human, but
He's human?
yeah.
What's something non-human?
He's about 14 years old. All right.
Oh, so he's gonna eat us out of the boat.
All right. So yeah, sorry, my apologies.
That's
There's
fine. I want to find someone who basically cannot be part of the round table.
all right. You want to head into town then? You definitely saw gnomes and halflings at the event. You're not sure if they were part of the cult or not. So yeah, just a few though, right? One gnome and a few halflings.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, yeah. So you head into the town and you see a number of people sort of doing early morning tasks. It's a small town. Outside the places, you see inns opening up for breakfast, opening their front doors while their patrons have already been served, right? That are up. And yeah, there's two central inns in the main sort of square where there's a large tower there as well. But there seems to be a square around the tower, and the tower is disused. And but it's very well built out of stone. It's a square, but it seems to be a little disused. And yeah, there's a square just around the base of it at the front there. And there's 2 inns there. Seems like a likely place to meet people.
Bumbleberry, which one looks more welcoming to you?
One is definitely richer than the other. That's about all.
Is there like a dog door on one of them for Bumbleberry?
Is there any that specifically mention good grub?
They just have the the boar's head type symbols to them. So this often that's the thing. Sorry, I have the names here.
That's fine. Is there one that looks like there are more non-human, non-elves?
Probably
No.
the little off one, right?
Yeah, so
that's what I was thinking.
the one is a rusty cup above the words tankard, and the other one is I've got a picture of a wyvern on it or a dragon badly drawn. Yeah,
This has the tankard.
yeah.
Looks cheaper, yeah. Tinker sounds good.
When you head in there, you find that some of the patrons of the inn who must have been staying the night are already 3 sheets to the wind. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning, so you're not sure if they already are still. One of them is a half orc. Most everybody else around is human in this inn. There's 7 or 8 people in there. They're mainly
Does
human.
the half-orc look like he is a sailor?
He looks like he's a working man. There's no real solid sign of a sailor. Like, for example, you're not sure if a half orc would wear, a sailor's cap that says I'm a sailor or something. Yeah,
I like the idea of the half-orc.
he's got sort
Well,
of
if he's in, he'd be hired.
dark skin. So
I go up to the half-orc and I say, can you sail a boat?
I have a boat. I've been sailing this coast for years. Do you need a boat to get somewhere?
Do I believe him?
Yes.
I
I
actually
just couldn't.
sail.
I was trying to think of whether there was any reason for you not to believe him.
Yeah, I've actually got a boat. I just need a sailor.
Well, I've got a boat. I don't. I usually just hire it out, right? But it's not been very busy lately. So, I guess I don't know if I'm charging too much or what. But everybody else seems pretty
boat
busy.
here. We can take our boat.
If you were to guess why he's not being hired out, it's his breath.
Okay. We can fix that. We have magic.
So
He's still drunk, right?
yeah, he's a little drunk, and he's wearing. You definitely know now for sure that he's been here at least all night, if not a couple of days, in this room.
Okay.
And he's relatively clean considering, other than his breath.
I tell him he looks like he needs someone to buy him drinks at the next town. So come on with us. You are hired. Congratulations.
I rent my boat out at a platinum a day, he says. Insight.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
I won't laugh at him right away.
Alright, so anyways, yeah. So he's lying. He's just going
Yeah.
for it. He says, I rent my boat out at a platinum a day. I don't know what it would be for just me.
You know what? You seem like a nice guy. I would actually give you a gold a day.
He's like, oh, I think it would have to be 2, he says. And he's just trying. Drew just knows he's just trying. He's gonna take the gold.
Yeah. So I look at him. I say, "Have you covered your tab here yet?"
He's like, no, that's why I can't leave. He says, I have to keep drinking.
How much his tab is?
It's 2 gold,
I pay his,
which is a lot.
I pay his tab and I say, "You get a gold a day, and you're free to come with us. Let's roll, buddy."
Okay. Sorry.
And I say, "I got you one to go," and I give him
All right.
give him a drink.
He says I'm Gronak, but my friends call me Gron, but I don't know. I'm Gronak.
Ron, you seem like a great guy. You're hired.
I can be nice. I can sail, he says, and he just downs like the drink in like 1 second, just boom, like.
Excellent. Let's head out to the boat.
All right. He points to like a really rickety looking boat that he saw on the way in, but it's not like gonna sink or anything. But it just isn't like doesn't have the polish of the rest of them. He says, "That's my boat there."
Don't worry, it'll still be here when you get back.
All right. So he comes with you. He's like, "Oh, this is a nice boat," and he inspects it and looks around. He says, and then he points out like 10 things you guys haven't taken care of, and the rigging's all tied wrong and stuff like that. And he's like, he steps on and he puts his hand out for the first gold.
Oh. Yeah, I'll give it to him.
All right. So, and he introduces himself, and oh my God, the breath from him. If you're less than 6 feet away, you're in trouble, even in the breeze.
I talked to our magic people. Can we fix that?
I think I know nobody has prestidigitation.
Can I do a medicine check to see if he has an illness?
I picked prestidigitation back up on the last level. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Oh, good. Yeah, just fix that.
Yeah, I'll try to do it subtly so he doesn't notice.
That's fine. You're not sure when you think about it whether you ever met an orc with good breath, but this is that exceptional bad. So.
He now has the most amazing breath ever.
Yeah. I pressed it and you just see like stuff like the plaque peel off from around his teeth.
Like it flies away.
Yeah, they go from like yellow to white.
All right.
I tell him the sea life looks good on him.
He's definitely fit, but I mean, you're not sure if you ever saw a weak-looking orc either.
But we get out of Dodge.
Yeah. It was just something for the look up later.
Oh, you pick up another cantrip at level.
Oh, I thought you said you picked it back up. You said.
Oh, yeah, I had. Yeah, I think I had dropped it at one point, but I didn't know.
Yeah, that's okay. Just look
Okay.
up. The rules are real specific. It's okay. They're good.
Right.
Yeah, it was more of a future reference. So, anyways, yeah, so he's pretty happy once he's got the gold and he starts going around. He's tying things back up a different way. He's like, "Where are we going?"
How much is his drunkenness affecting his sailing ability so far?
Well, I don't even know what for you to roll to determine whether he's good at what he's doing or not. He definitely changes everything, like he knows what he's doing.
I'm gonna say it's better than what we were doing.
Oh yeah, it's like.
So he's like, "Where do you want to go?" He's
We're
wondering.
into Thornhold, right?
Thornhold. Oh wow, yeah, that'll take a few days. Oh yeah.
Yep.
So it took you guys a few days to get up there. Yeah, he's like, but you want to go fast or safe?
Fast.
All
And
right. He's like, oh, that's gonna be fun.
We don't know how everybody's doing down there. We gotta get there.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
it's good someone can swim on this boat.
2 of us.
3, 2.5.
Thornhold is where we wanted to go.
yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, I would gladly correct you. Your character's memory is better than any of ours. So for this stuff.
Good.
So yep. No, so he picks up the boat and he gets it going. It just comes out of the harbor smoothly, like you wouldn't believe. And you just
Amazed by this person that we hired from the cheapest bar in town.
yeah, but this is how
Yeah,
that's
no,
what I
like
call
you
it
said,
was a
it's
skill
a
level.
nice
I was like, I'm like I rolled the d20 to see how skilled he was. I got a 17, so
Yeah, it's legit.
yeah. So I was like, nah, he's pretty good. So
No.
I'm very much watching him and like trying to figure out how he's doing it so well.
So he just like ties knots like you would believe, unties stuff, moves the boom, just gets things just right. He puts his finger to the wind, and then you see him start to cast a spell. Doesn't really, he's not looking at any of you or anything like that. And you see like a small gust of wind go into the sails. The speed doesn't really change, but he looks pretty happy with it. And the boat is heading south. It's heading out from the shore a little bit because of you assume the wind. You're not sure. So yeah. So anyways, yeah, you guys are headed south. You have supplies. You have food. Unless you want to do something in the water, kelp or anything. Is there anything you want to do?
I don't think so. I mean, like as long as we have enough alcohol to keep him happy, I think that seems to be that could be important.
As long as the rest of you don't drink. There's enough alcohol for all of you for the next like few days on here, or him.
Guess Frankfurt's waiting till we get to.
Unless you're carrying some, so, but yeah. He gets everything set up and he goes down and comes back up with a drink, a bottle of wine that you saw that looked kind of expensive, and he's just like gulping it back and he's like, "Oh, this is great! Look, a great day for sailing. It is like a nice gust. It's sunny. It's a little hot,
That's
but
fun. I like it. He looks like big and scary, right?
oh yeah, he's an orc.
Excellent.
He looks like he can pound any.
Oh,
He looks like he can pound anybody here into the ground.
excellent.
He's been working his whole life physically, so
Yeah.
you actually kind of wonder he's not even a half orc. Sort of what his backstory might be, right? So.
Oh, he's a full orc.
Mm-hmm.
I'm impressed this boat is able to carry us all.
He definitely felt it when he got on, so
Yeah.
sort of went down in the water, right? So this is just a general picture of an orc for those who are not inherently familiar. It's not necessarily him, but yeah, that's what a dark-skinned orc looks like. So, anyways,
Yeah. We hired that for our boat. So,
You hired that.
Worth every penny.
That's right. We wanted someone that wasn't part of the bunny cult, and I feel like this guy is not part of the bunny cult.
That's doing great so far.
yeah. No, we sing his praises.
group notes. Anyways, so yeah, you guys had stuff.
Oh.
There, nothing very
I
eventful
spelled his name
happens.
wrong.
The weather's good. It stays good. You see other ships go past, like in a fairly normal. It's fairly busy along the coast. You don't get so far away that you can't tell what land is there. But he has you out. You can't tell what land is there or what's going on. The mountains have become small and nothing. So, yeah. But you can still see the coast. So it takes you about 4 days to get south, I believe. So there's no issues at all.
So, we don't run into any trouble. I guess
Nope.
we have a sailor.
Pretty drunk. His breath gets worse as the day goes on.
We're working on that.
So, you know from the map you've been carrying around that he passed Helm's Hold, and then like the next day, the next 2 days later, like Leolin. But it's not a port either. And he brings you up to Thornhold without any issue. He's like, "Now what do we do here?" He says. He says it in Orc, but I can't do voices, so he says it in that half grunty kind of, speaks well, but doesn't speak elegantly way.
Awesome. Do we want him to just guard the boat for us for a few days?
He's like, "I can guard, I can carry, I can kill, whatever you want."
I like this guy.
Killing's an
Worth
action.
every penny.
Why don't you spend some of your ship's earnings? Because it was how many days?
4 days.
4 days? I give him a bonus goal, and I say, spend some time in town, just keep an eye on the boat, we're gonna be away for a few days, and we'll be back.
All right.
Have fun.
This is my tab or yours?
It's your money that you earn sailing the boat.
Okay. Just checking. You like that you paid his tab before, that's all.
Yeah. That's like getting the bonus pool.
Yep.
Open up a new tab.
He's just hopeful. He's not. You realize he's not.
No.
You realize he's not that dumb. He just is uncomplicated. Like after a few days of talking to him, he's not dumb at all. He just doesn't care.
No, and we're not like paying him to excess, but we are paying him well.
No. I'm just in general just the type of person he just doesn't. Not concerned. The reason he's not smarter or more knowledgeable is because he just couldn't give a shit. You can hold an insane amount of liquor, and it definitely ran out this morning. But anyways,
Yeah. Actually, I give him. I give him. It was 4 days.
yeah.
I give him an extra 4 gold, and I say restock the boat.
All right. Oh, that's great.
So
Yeah.
we'll be ready when we get back here.
Good food. Okay food.
4 gold
better
worth of
than
food.
won't get to.
All right.
Food and drink.
Oh, he says. Oh, he looks at that when you say drink. He looks at it and he thinks.
Yeah.
All right.
And I say have fun again as I walk away from our boat.
Alright.
And we'll maybe be there when we get back.
Just 1 second. Sorry. He definitely is happy. He heads back to the boat, and you realize he has a moment, and he just starts walking back away from the boat after he checks the lines towards town, because you realize he's just remembered that there's no alcohol in the boat.
We might need to stock up on some.
Thornhill is also a pretty small place. So, it's just a small town on the coast. It has its little.
Maybe we'll add some barrels of something to drink when we come back.
Oh yeah.
Or some empty barrels when we come back.
No, because then he'll have empty barrels as soon as we leave. So he's not done.
Anyways, yeah. So you guys are able to, head inland. So, you walk through this small town. You get lots of looks, of course, and it's early morning. And to the right beside you, which map were you guys on?
Main map.
Yeah, I just had to check at the top. So you see these large forbidding mountains here, and you realize where's the pinger? There it is. Anyways, yeah, that's fine. And you realize that you need to. Oh, that's not supposed to move. It's not supposed to move that way. All right.
Are we going to try going over the mountains and into a forest, or are we going to go around?
Is there a mine to go through?
Well, you guys are in Thornhold, and you can decide what you want to do. The sort of safe route is to come up around here through these towns.
If I were to ask around, could people tell me about how far in like straight distance that would be?
Yeah, it's about 75 miles, about 2 days walk.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the mountains, they say.
Well, if you were to go straight there, if you were to fly there, how far would it be?
Ask a bird, says the random guy you ran into in town. No, you run into a human guy, he's just sort of walking around, and he looks like he's on his way to a job, and he's like, I would have to ask a bird how long it would take to fly. I've never flown.
What if we go?
Damn it,
to
I
the
don't turn
north
into a
side of the
bird.
mountains? Is that faster?
You can get around there if you want to go through the backwoods. So to get there, if you want to take the non-road here, I don't know if it's faster or not. You see,
Yeah, because I say I could turn into a bird and carry 2 people. Then I've seen Pedo fly once or twice, but
Yeah, I can fly for an hour.
I don't
Is
know.
that enough to get us over the mountains, and then we're fighting our. Where are we actually going? Is it in the woods?
yeah, you were going
Is
to
it
the White
six-
Circle in the
Oh,
woods.
well?
You were just told the Westwood. That was all you were told.
I'm guessing it's underground.
Like a diamond one. I think we should go over the north side of town to Caldell and use that as a base, because they might know more.
We could use our last seed in Caldell as well.
Except for
Well,
one
we don't
person.
know what Caldell is like at all. We can scout it out once we get closer. But I think coming in from the north, kind of going through the wilds, is a better plan.
Okay. So you
Unless
guys,
we think we can go over the mountains, because that would be badass.
they're really rough, but I don't know if you guys have capabilities to get over them or not. They're like, they started with some stone faces, and there might be passes, and there might be ways through. So, yeah. Yeah.
Do we have anyone who's good at moving through mountains?
I'm a pretty good climber.
I could turn someone into a giant eagle.
I'm fine with anything. I vote not south. That's my only. I don't want to go to the big towns.
You can get around the mountains if you get off the road at if you get off the road here, you can do some wilderness here and get around the mountain. You can stay on, like you can travel a mile from the road in certain places, right? So
Yeah.
you know, there's nothing to keep you. It's not like the road is on the mountain. It's just at the edge there. You're okay.
I feel like Caldell is a good staging ground.
Yep.
For us.
Absolutely.
Or do you guys think Anfail is better?
No, Caldwell sounds fine.
Okay, you guys head north on the road. You recognize a change in the traffic on the road coming south. There's definitely like more people with horses. You see a couple messengers go by. It's fairly early in the morning. That's actually still what's happening. There's definitely a lot of sort of traffic back north and south. Some of it you see just as you first get onto the road, the first few minutes you start heading north. You see clearly like the local dukedom or whatever you see, they have a patrol that's going north in quite a rush. So, yeah. It's about 7 days by ground to where you came from. So you came pretty fast. So. Yeah. And then things quiet down on the road again as you head up the road towards Carnoth Roadhouse. Who's going to navigate the wilderness?
That's me. I'm basically a scout.
Okay.
This is what I do.
Let's do survival for a start, just a direction for a start. Just keep on path. Excellent.
26.
Look at that.
Nice.
I mean, we can travel pretty fast. Help and I can summon it now.
And I can ride on the back of a mount.
I turn into a giant snapping turtle.
That's not very fast.
I tried. I rolled a 20.
That's
I tried.
the least forest creature.
I
Alright,
tried.
So you have a couple of mount options and a giant snapping turtle to transport somewhere. So, what are your thoughts?
We go as fast as we can through the woods.
What happens with the giant snapping turtle now?
I was just seeing here. So I try. I turn into an eagle.
All right.
There we go. That's better.
Still a turtle, I guess. Although.
And sure wish we had a snapping turtle in this forest. That would
Does anybody call upon a mount?
Well, I imagine that both Bumbleberry and I can do Find Steed, right?
Not every paladin can do find steed.
Wait, really?
I mean, I have it.
Good. Do you both have it?
I think it's a spell.
It's 1 hour though, right?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna polymorph myself into a giant eagle.
Check how long it lasts.
Casting time, 1 action. Wait, sorry. Nope, wrong one. Get to spells again.
How long does it last? That's all.
That's the only thing, is the way I've wanted to do this.
Or
It's whatever the dice gives
oh,
me.
it doesn't say.
It doesn't say, huh?
Since you were doing that, I think like as you get higher in level, you should get to roll more dice at a time, so that you get at least a choice.
Options, yeah.
Yeah, so Find Steed, instantaneous duration, casting time 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I guess you keep it.
Yeah. Till 0 hit points is the only condition.
And I'll say, hey, anyone want to ride, and polymorph myself into a giant eagle.
And I'm also a giant eagle. I just looked at my notes. What eagle I was.
Spalding, can you communicate?
No. I can only.
Kind of bump
But I
into
said
them.
that before.
Yeah, no, I'm just asking. It was only a general question.
Yeah.
All right.
Can people reply to message spells?
Yes. Limited.
Then Pedo can talk to them by messaging them.
If you have for Spalding, the question is for For Frankfurt, do you still speak your languages and everything, or what happens to your stats?
No, I don't think so. You speak whatever the animal speaks. You keep your intelligence actually.
Did you say you polymorphed?
Yeah,
So that's only how long?
whatever.
You're
Oh,
not
well,
gonna,
if you
not gonna
don't
make it
keep
to the
two
title.
targets.
Yeah, Paul.
Yeah, I'll go
you
with-
are now have the speed of an eagle and the intelligence also of an eagle. But
I have the stats
yes,
for that.
Will can talk to them with message, and I think so can Spalding. So, oh wait, no, Spalding.
If they have the eagle stat block, then they don't have their own languages, right?
I think if you polymorph into an eagle, you can speak eaglese, and that's
Yes.
it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I was
so you
getting at.
can't message the eagle.
Yeah, they
No,
have.
no, you can message the eagle because in his head he can still communicate with you.
Oh, okay.
He can't physically make the noises. He's an eagle.
Right.
Okay. I just didn't know if you still had your own thoughts after Molly work.
Well,
Yes.
eagles are
Yeah.
intelligent. The giant eagles are pretty intelligent.
I
so
know. I just wonder if you had your own thoughts or you thought like an eagle. That's all.
No, you have your own thoughts.
Okay. All right. Then yeah, message works. What about Frankfurt?
I will also fly, so.
Frankfurt keeps all of her
His.
non-physical stats, so
Yeah.
she the animal can't speak, but again, same thing.
Okay.
You can communicate.
All right. That's fine.
Yeah, it just matters how the DMs, because I've had some DMs that want you use only the animal stats, as some do.
I just want to know what's.
Yeah.
Not for wild shape.
Yeah. If it's wild shape, you're fine. So you're you. You're still you.
Yep. Just-
yeah, you can jump on my back if you want, Drew. And I think I can. Can I carry one or two people as a giant eagle?
I can also carry someone too.
You'd have to go
Are
with
you a
it.
giant eagle or
Yeah.
just an eagle?
Giant eagle.
Okay.
I just looked at my.
In the end, you're still going to be going the speed of the steeds, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we could like get up ahead and scout. And
Yeah. It is large beast, yes. So, uh,
2, 3.
well,
either way, we could each carry one of Pato and Drew.
no more than weighing no more than 480 pounds. So 480 pounds is your problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, so probably 2.
Yeah, if they're not the paladins with their armor and stuff.
I think the paladins will be on our horses.
Yep, just making sure.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, you're good. You guys can go. You can't surmount the mountains, but all right. So you should roll the survival check. So you're on the path in the forest for sure. So like not the path, but on the right road. You know, you're working your way through the forest and following deer paths and places where other people have gone and stuff like that. Right through the north.
Right.
It's still difficult terrain because there is no sort of more than a few hunting trails. So it's going to take you a little while to get through there. Yeah, I mean, you guys have no issue getting through the forest. So yeah, and then we
You guys
have
can ride elks.
what's that?
Find steed. You can find an elk.
Yes, but they have declared horses at the moment, but you can if you want to do it again. You want to cancel? I don't know if you can even I can't know if you can even drop it since it has no end.
It's just a
as
horse
an
that's
action,
there, it's
you
like
can
finals.
as an
That's
action
awesome.
you can release the steed from its bond at any time, causing it to disappear.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So if you, anyways, yeah, you guys are able to get around the mountains to here, and then we have to go to next week simply because it's 9:07 and you do it a different direction. So.